I'm gonna stop it from recording. And I'm gonna hit my video. Okay. Thank you guys so much for showing up live in virtual reality. It's been so interesting. We're gonna start off laying on our backs as we do. I can't see you there. So starting with your knees bent, you can't block me through the whole thing. Allow the sacrum to settle, the heaviness of the bones to ground you down and connect you to the earth. And then extend the heels away from the crown of the head. If that causes any discomfort in the lower back, just bend the knees again, ground the feet, take the knees a little bit wide and let the legs fall together. Bring your awareness to your breath. And notice the quality of the breath before your practice. Notice if the chest feels tight or open. If the breath is short or long. If the inhales or the exhales bear more weight in this moment. And then we'll take a moment to consciously deepen the breath. Bringing the awareness to the back of the chest. And as you inhale, feel the back of the chest expand out against the floor and fill. And as you exhale completely, allow the body to soften and spread wide across the floor. Have a few more deep, long breaths just like that. Filling the whole torso like a balloon with the breath. Allowing the back body, the side bodies, as well as the front body to expand. And as you exhale completely, just allowing yourself to be held and supported by the earth beneath you. And we'll do a quick scan through the physical body from the bottoms of the feet and the tips of the toes. As you inhale, pull the awareness up through the legs, into the pelvis, the hips, the low back. Notice any areas of tension, soreness, general discomfort. And as you inhale deeply, breathe into those places. Gently open and expand with the in-breath. As you exhale completely, allow tension to leave the body with the breath. The next inhale draws your awareness up the torso, into the shoulders, the neck, and the face. Once again, just noticing where in the upper body you're holding tension today. And using your awareness to go there. Inhale deeply. Breathing into those places, creating space, which invites fresh oxygen and blood, bringing health, healing, and vitality. And as you exhale completely, continue the conversation of consciously asking your body to soften, release, and let go. And just take a moment to observe the shoulders as they fall and rest against the floor here. Notice if one shoulder is held up away from the ground more than the other. You might notice that that shoulder rests more on the pinky side of the hand. And if there's an imbalance in the shoulders, if that's the case, taking a mental note of it and sending the breath there into that side body that's holding more tension. Working with the breath from the inside out to expand as you inhale and consciously asking the body to soften more deeply as you exhale. And then lastly, check in with your mind. Notice where the thoughts are at. Notice the speed at which they're moving through you. Allow yourself to step back from identifying as the thoughts. And with curiosity, just witness their passing through you. Like clouds through the sky, without getting attached or carried away, without judging yourself for what you're thinking about, but just beginning to notice the habits and patterns in the way the mind turns. And then bring the awareness back and anchor it fully on the breath. Have a few more of those deep, long breaths, expanding the awareness and the breath into the back of the chest. And as you exhale, softening both shoulders more deeply into the support of the ground beneath you. Connecting to the universal blueprint for optimal alignment that exists when the bones and joints stack in the back body plane. Remembering that this is what we are looking for in all of the shapes. And then with an inhale, you can stretch your arms up and overhead. Give yourself a big stretch from fingertips to tippy toes. Exhale here. Inhale, draw the knees into the chest. And exhale, rock gently from side to side. Massage the low back. And then with an exhale, roll onto the right side body. Press down with the palms to lift up. Come to a comfortable seated position. And keep the eyes closed for just another moment. Scan your body from the ground to the crown, building that alignment, that stacking of the bones and joints that brings a lightness into the body. Feel that you're pressing evenly through both sits bones, those bones at the base of the pelvis. And with an inhale, lift and lengthen through the crown of the head and the tips of the ears. As you exhale completely, soften the shoulders together, down, and then into the back body to broaden the chest and collarbone fully. Chin is parallel to the earth. And then the jawbone slides back to stack the neck over the spine. Good. So today is the solstice. The first day of spring. New beginnings. And also the time when light and darkness is balanced. And it's just so happens to link up with, you are so distracting me. To link up with, you can do it, just do it behind me so I'm not seeing you. To link up with, not all the way behind me. Okay. It just happens to link up with our transition from the third chakra to the fourth chakra. So this class today will be working on the actions energy alignment in the heart and shoulders. The heart and shoulders are the center of the energetic body. So the place where the energy of who you are meets the energy of the universe. The heart governs the hands, the place where we reach out to and connect with others. And fundamentally, love, compassion, relationship, it's all about balance. We want to learn to honor others as we honor ourselves without taking undue or unfair advantage and without self-sacrificing and throwing ourselves under the bus. With all this crazy coronavirus stuff going on and being in quarantine, the energy is providing us as individuals, but also collective humanity with the opportunity to make adjustments to restore our societies and the earth to balance. Things have gotten very out of balance. We are all very spoiled with how we consume and what we take from the world around us. And I've just been so excited to continue to see and find articles about how with just like a month or a few week break from human activity, animals are coming out of the woodwork to like be in our spaces again. And the pollution in China is like clearing up rapidly. So maybe this is just what we need. And how can we be more in balance in our own lives, in our own ways of consuming, and also in how we interact with others. So it's important that we stay indoors right now to flatten the curve or whatever. But I think it's also important to think of what you have in abundance and how you can share it. So that's what we'll think about while we practice today. With an inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. And exhale through the mouth with sound, releasing. Good. One more time like that. Inhale, reaching past the skin and fingertips. And exhale, letting it all go. And then we will inhale to prepare for the sound of Om 3 times together. Inhale deeply. Thank God Vivian is here to provide comic relief. To be silly and funny. So just pausing to feel the vibrations in the body. And remembering to sing. Sound is one of the tools that we use to clear out, shake up vibration where the energy channels are getting blocked. The root cause of sickness and disease in the body. We will do a pranayama. We'll do Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing, to bring the balance to the sides of the body, hemispheres of the brain, all of the seemingly opposing forces within and around us that actually work to create stability and balance. Remembering that the breath is a control dial on the awareness, And in this time where lots of us are feeling very anxious, learning to practice breath work that calms, soothes, and settles the body. This is an anti-anxiety breath work. So you're gonna bring your right hand up by your face, hold your pointers and your middle fingers down. We'll be using the thumb to block the right nostril, the ring and the pinky finger to block the left nostril alternately. First, just inhale deeply through the nose, lift and lengthen through the crown. Exhale, completely soften the shoulders together and down. Block the right nostril with the thumb and inhale left. Switch and exhale right. Inhale right. Switch and exhale left. Inhale left. Switch and exhale right. Inhale right. Switch, exhale left. Inhale left. Switch, exhale right. Inhale right. Switch, exhale left. Do one more round on your own, observing the body. Which side is more clogged or more open? Remembering that the left side is the dark, moon, feminine, creative, intuitive side. And the right side is the light, sun, masculine, logical, analytical side. Next time you exhale on the left side, you can release the hands down and return to the normal breath. Again, just seeing if you can observe the effects of the breath work on the energy in the body. So all of these practices and poses are just tools for us to observe what's going on within us and to see what adjustments we can play with and make to return our body to balance, to center, to optimal energetic flow. With an inhale, you can open your eyes and we'll come onto hands and knees. Spread your fingers wide and ground down through all the knuckle mounts. The hands become your foundation here. And turn your biceps forward. Feel how that broadens through the chest and rolls the shoulders together on the back. If you don't feel that, then play with turning the elbows in and back and see how that feels, right? We're always looking to create space in the body as we move and work. With an inhale, drop the abdomen down, arch the back knees up. With an exhale, press down and curl the spine to the ceiling. Continue at your own pace. Sync the motions of the body with the breath. Use the breath to deepen the motions of the body. Allow the synchronicity to bring you fully and completely into the present moment. And then move in any way that feels good to you within the confines of the shapes for 3 more deep, long breaths. Allowing the mind and the body to connect. Allowing the mind to receive the wisdom of the body. And when you are ready, you can tuck your toes, lift your hips high, and press back to downward facing dog. Feel free to pedal the feet, sway the hips, move in any way that feels good to you here. And then find some stillness. Checking in with the foundation. Hands and feet are evenly grounded. Outer edge of the feet parallel with outer edge of the mat. With an inhale, lift and spread the fingers and toes. Lift the abdomen towards the spine and lift the hips high. As you exhale, thigh bones up and back to where the wall meets the ceiling. Let the head hang heavy. Have 3 more deep, long breaths. Pressing down through the 4 corners of the hands and feet to lift up. Finding that balance of opposing forces that creates strength, space, stability in the body. And then with an inhale, fold forward into your plank pose, pausing here. The hips at the height of the shoulders, and then root the tailbone down towards the heels. As the legs engage, it gives us leverage to lift the abdomen towards the spine, to lift the back of the ribs to meet the shoulder blades. That was a game changer for me. You can't roll the shoulders together on the back unless you lift the ribs to meet the shoulders. Roll the shoulders down and extend through the neck. 1 more big breath. And exhale, lower the knees, the chest, the chin to the mat. Press the tops of the feet down and inhale, lift the heart. Roll the shoulders back. Everything on the ground is pressing firmly down into the ground to lift the heart and crown. Notice if you tend to crunch into one part of your neck and drop the chin towards the chest a little bit. Hug the center of the shoulder blades into the midline of the body to make the chest fully open. Have 1 more big breath. And exhale, seat to heels. Child's pose. Feel free to sway the hips from side to side if that feels good to you. Allowing the grounding of the pelvis to be the anchor for you to inhale and walk the fingertips forward. Make length and space in the spine. Exhale. Soften more deeply into the stretch. We're going to take a moment to check in with the alignment in the shoulders while we're in child's pose. So press down firmly through the hands and feel how that lifts the forearms and the arms away from the floor. Pull from the fingertips to the center of the back of the heart to draw the shoulders down away from the ears. Continue pressing through the index knuckle mound as you turn the biceps up towards the ceiling. Soften the center of the shoulder blades, particularly the outer armpits down towards the floor. Have 3 more deep, long breaths, locking this engagement into the muscle memory of your body. It is the same engagement we are looking for in down dog and in all of our inversions. With an inhale, rise, hands and knees, arch the back, gaze up. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips high, press back, downward facing dog. Again, as you inhale, lift and spread the fingers and toes, stretch them out, ground them down. From that grounding, inhale and lift the hips high. Press the thigh bones up and back to where the wall meets the ceiling. Press down through the palms to lift the forearms away from the floor and pull from the fingertips to the center of the back of the heart, drawing the shoulders down away from the ears. The center of the shoulder blades press up and back towards the thigh bones as the low ribs and the thigh bones press up and back to where the wall meets the ceiling. Have 3 more deep, long breaths. And then with an inhale, begin to walk the feet forward to meet your hands. Coming into a standing forward fold, feel free to bend your knees for the first forward fold of the day. Let the abdomen come towards the thighs. Head hangs heavy. Shake it out, yes, and no. Grab opposite elbows and sway. Move in any way that feels good to release tension from the back, the shoulders, and the neck. Letting it all drain out through the crown of the head. With an inhale, return to center, and exhale. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead, come to stand. Exhale, release the arms down by your sides. Good. Taking a moment to check in with our foundation and build our alignment from the ground up. Outer edge of the feet parallel with outer edge of the mat. Lift and spread your toes, stretch them out, ground them down. Make sure your thigh bones are back, booty out slightly, so the center of the hips come over the knees and ankles. Keeping the thigh bones back like that, draw the center of the buttocks into the midline to root the tailbone down and lift the abdomen. And then standing with your arms by your sides, palms facing in towards the body, go ahead to lift the arms up. You may notice that with your palms facing down, you can't lift your arms all the way up. If you turn your palms to face forward, it rolls the shoulders back and enables you to lift the arms up. It's that same rotation of the arms that we've been working on all day, and it's important for the health of the shoulder and the space in the neck and throat. So standing in Tadasana, palms face forward, shoulders roll back. Notice if your head has a tendency to do this. Slide your jawbone back. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold forward over the legs. Inhale, gaze forward, lengthen your spine. Exhale, ground the palm stepper, jump back to plank pose. Lift the ribs to meet the shoulders. Extend through the heels and the crown. With an exhale, lower, bending the elbows just to 90 degrees. Feel free to use your knees to support you here. The ribs stay lifting to the shoulder blades. With an inhale, lift the heart, roll the shoulders back. Biceps turn forward, center of the shoulder blades into the midline. Exhale, lift the hips high, press back, downward facing dog. Return to the breath. Good, with an inhale, gaze forward. Step or jump the feet to meet the hands. Exhale, fold deeply into the legs. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead, come to stand. Exhale, release the arms down by your sides. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold deeply. Inhale, gaze forward, lengthen. Exhale, ground the palm, step or jump back to plank. Lift the ribs and exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the heart. Roll the shoulders back. Exhale, lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Return to your breath. As you inhale, drawing in and up from the floor to the core. As you exhale, shining out in all directions. Through the four corners of the hands, the feet. Thigh bones press up and back. Head hangs heavy. Biceps turn to face forward. Center of the shoulder blades towards the thigh bones. With an inhale, gaze forward. Step or jump the feet to meet the hands. Exhale, fold deeply into the legs. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead, come to stand. Exhale, release the arms down by your sides. One more time. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, gaze forward, get length. Exhale, step or jump back to plank. Lift the back of the ribs as you lower with an exhale. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, lift the hips. Return to your breath. Vivian, you need to be behind me when you do that. I need to be able to see what I'm doing. Like on the other side of me. With an inhale, gaze forward. Step or jump the feet to meet the hands. Exhale, fold deeply. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Come to stand. Exhale, release the arms down by your sides. Tadasana. Next, we're going to interlace the thumbs like little birds. Take a slight bend in the knees as you inhale, arms reach up, arch back. Tailbone rooting towards the heels as you lift the sternum in the back of the heart. Exhale, fold forward. Interlace the hands behind your back. Feel free to bend the knees while we work the alignment in the shoulders. The shoulders continue to draw together and down the back away from the ears. The head hangs heavy. And then you can more actively draw the arms towards the front of the room. Have one more big breath here. If your elbows hyperextend, bend the elbows. And with an inhale, arms reach up, drop the seat, chair pose. Sticking your booty out to get low. Rooting your tailbone down to lift the heart and crown. Stretch through the fingertips and then soften the shoulders down the back. One more big breath. And exhale, fold forward. Vivian, stop. Over the legs. Inhale, gaze forward, lengthen the spine. Exhale, ground the palms, step or jump back to plank. Feeling free to move through a vinyasa or to come to downward facing dog. Remembering that this practice is a practice of listening to your body about what is an appropriate edge for today. With an inhale, lift the right leg high. Exhale, step it through between the hands. Inhale, rise, warrior one at the top of your breath. Drawing your legs towards each other energetically. Root the tailbone down to lift the frontal hip bones, the crown of the head, the tips of the ears. And as you exhale, soften the shoulders together and down the back. Have one more big breath. And with an exhale, release. Ground the palms, step back. Lower or come to down dog. Staying with the breath, whatever choice you make. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, step through. Inhale, rise. Warrior one at the top of your breath. Energetically pulling the legs together so the hips face forward. Tailbone roots down so we can lift the whole torso out of the pelvic bowl. Exhale and soften the shoulders away from the ears. One more breath here. And exhale, release, ground the palms, step back. Come to downward facing dog, child's pose, or exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, lift the hips. Wherever you find yourself in this moment, return the awareness to the breath. Allow the breath to fill the body from the inside out like a balloon. And as you exhale completely, see where you can soften, what you can let go of, how you can clear the body out through this practice and this process. Have one more big breath and we'll meet in down dog. With an inhale, gaze forward, step or jump the feet to meet the hands. Exhale, fold deeply over the legs. Inhale, drop the seat, arms reach up, chair pose. Exhale, stand tall, Tadasana, mountain pose. Again, switching out the crossing of the thumbs as you inhale, arms reach up, arch back, grounding through the tailbone to lift the sternum. Exhale, fold forward. Switch out the crossing of the hands behind the back. Remembering that first the shoulders draw together and down the back, away from the ears. The crown of the head extends towards the floor, back of the neck long, and then draw the arms more actively away from the back body. If your elbows hyperextend, play with bending them. Have one more big breath here. And inhale, arms reach up. Drop the seat, chair pose. Sticking the booty out to get low, rooting down to rise up. We stretch through the fingertips to find the leverage to roll the shoulders down the back. The low ribs draw down and back as well. One more big breath. And exhale, fold forward over the legs. Inhale, gaze forward, lengthen the spine. Exhale, ground the palms, step or jump back and lower, or come to downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, lift the right leg high. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, rise, warrior one at the top of your breath. Exhale, open to the side, warrior two. Deep bend in the front knee, right over the front ankle. Back thigh inner rotates and both thigh bones press back. Inhale, lift the abdomen. Exhale, press out through the fingertips to soften the shoulders down the back. One more big breath. And cartwheel the hands to the mat, step back. Move through a vinyasa or come to downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Exhale, open to the side, warrior two. Finding that deep bend in the front knee, that slight inner rotation of the back thigh, and press both thigh bones back. Tailbone roots down. We lift the abdomen, and pressing out through the fingertips gives you leverage to roll the shoulders down the back. One more big breath. And exhale, cartwheel the hands to the mat. Step back, move through a vinyasa, or come to downward facing dog. Wherever you are working, be with the breath. The breath threads this whole practice together. It threads our whole lives together, connecting us to all sentient beings, past, present, and future. Through the breath, we can draw up the qualities of the earth, the strength, the stability, the steadiness. And as we learn to embody these qualities, we can shine and offer them out to others. With an inhale, meet in down dog. Gaze forward, step or jump the feet to meet the hands. Exhale, fold deeply. Inhale, drop the seat, arms reach up, chair pose. Exhale, stand tall, Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, arms reach up, drop the seat. Exhale, fold deeply. Inhale, gaze forward, lengthen. Exhale, ground the palms, step or jump back and lower, or meet in down dog. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, lift the hips. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Exhale, open to the side, warrior two. Inhale, pull back, peaceful warrior. Still rolling the shoulders together and down the back. Exhale, come forward and down. Side angle, elbow to knee or fingertips to the floor. Inhale, pull back again, peaceful warrior. Exhale, come forward and down. Side angle pose. One more time, inhale, draw back. Exhale, stretch forward. Pausing here for a few breaths. Side angle pose. Pressing from the tailbone through the back edge of the back foot and the heel. Inhale, breathe length and space into the spine. As you exhale, turn the abdomen and roll the shoulders back to open the heart. Have one more big breath. And exhale, release. Ground the palms, step back. Move through a vinyasa or come to down dog. Wherever you're working, keep your awareness anchored on your breath. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Exhale, open to the side, warrior two. Keeping the legs as they are, inhale, pull back, peaceful warrior. Exhale, forward and down, side angle. Inhale, pull back for peace. Exhale, stretch the side body long. One more breath, pulsating, shoulders back in both shapes. From the tailbone, press through the back heel and the back edge of the back foot. Giving you a leverage to inhale, lift the abdomen. Stretch through the fingertips and the crown of the head. As you exhale, abdomen turns back into the right, rolling the shoulders back. Have one more big breath. And exhale, release. Ground the palms, step back. Move through a vinyasa or come to down dog or child's pose. Being with the breath. Cultivate that balance and evenness in the breath. That brings balance and evenness to the heart rate and the speed of the thoughts through the mind. One more big breath, and we'll meet back in downward facing dog. With an inhale, gaze forward, step or jump the feet to meet the hands. Exhale, fold deeply into the legs. Inhale, drop the seat, arms reach up, chair pose. Exhale, stand tall, Tadasana, mountain pose. Good work. A little bit out of breath, but take a sip of water. Good. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, gaze forward, lengthen. Exhale, ground the palms, step or jump back. Moving through a vinyasa or coming to down dog. Remembering to make the choice that honors your body and your practice today. Good. With an inhale, lift the right leg high. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Exhale, open to the side, warrior two. Inhale, pull back, peaceful warrior. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Come forward and down into your triangle pose. Making sure that your back thigh bone is in line with the knee and ankle of the back leg. Front thigh bone cuts back towards the back thigh bone, and the buttock hugs into the midline of the body to stack the hips. Breathe length and space into the spine. Press out through the palms to roll the shoulders into the back body. Gaze up for 3 more breaths. Good. With an inhale, rise. Exhale, take that deep bend in your front knee again. Grounding the fingertips inside the front foot and taking that left hand around behind your back, reaching for the thigh bone or the hip. You're welcome to stay right here in a half bind or to thread that right arm under the right leg, reaching around to bind. Eventually the right hand grabs the left wrist. None of the alignment changes. Thigh bone back, pressing from the tailbone down through the heel. Inhale, breathe length and space into the spine. Abdomen back, turning the abdomen to stack the shoulders into the left. Have 3 breaths. Good, you're welcome to unbind or stay bound. As you inhale, hop the back foot in slightly. Maybe you're grounding your fingertips out in front of you, preparing to rise for Ardha Chandrasana. If you're staying bound, you want to gaze to the right, leaning slightly to the right. Press down through the big toe mound to lift up. Both thigh bones back. Stack the shoulders, open the heart. 3 more. Deep, long breaths, wherever you are working. And with an exhale, release the foot and the hand. Unbind if you're bound. Standing forward fold. Let the head hang heavy. Shake it out, yes and no. Good work. With an inhale, gaze forward, lengthen your spine. Exhale, ground the palm, step or jump back. Come to downward facing dog or move through a vinyasa. Pausing to observe the different feelings and the different sides of your body in this moment. And then moving to create balance. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, rise, warrior 1. Exhale, open to the side, warrior 2. Inhale, pull back, peaceful warrior. Exhale, straighten the front leg as you stretch the fingertips forward and the hips back to come down into your triangle pose. Making sure that the back thigh bone is back, in line with the knee and ankle as you press through the heel. Front thigh bone cuts back towards the back thigh bone to lengthen that side of the lower back as you hug the buttock into the midline. From there, you're breathing length and space into the spine and pressing out through the palms to roll the shoulders back. Gaze up. 3 more deep, long breaths. Good, with an inhale, rise. Exhale, bend the knee. Grounding the fingertips on the inside edge of the front foot this time. Reaching the right hand around behind the back for the left hip or thigh bone. Maybe you stay right here. Maybe you reach under with the left arm to grab the right wrist. Either way, all the alignment is the same, just like our principles remain the same even when we're in a bind. From the tailbone, press through the back heel and the back edge of the back foot. Lift the abdomen and turn it up and back to the right to roll the shoulders back and stack them to open the heart. 3 breaths. Slide the jawbone back. And then you're welcome to stay bound or unbind as you hop the back foot in. If you're unbinding, scoot the fingertips out, preparing for half moon pose. If you stay bound, you want to shift your gaze to the outer edge of the left foot as you shift the weight and lift the right leg, stacking the hips and shoulders. Have 3 deep, long breaths. And with an exhale, Release. Standing forward fold. Let the head be heavy. Shake it out, yes. And no. With an inhale, reach the arms up and overhead, come to stand. Exhale, release the arms. Down by your sides. Ha! Amazing work. Let me check the time. Cool. We have plenty of time. With the hands on the hips, step your left leg back. You can choose your own adventure with the arms in this pose. You can keep them on the hips. You can interlace them behind the back. You can even take secret prayer behind the back, pressing the palms together. Either way, we're drawing the shoulders together, down the back, and pressing out through the hands to hug the center of the shoulder blades into the spine. Notice the tendency to just arch the back here. Draw the abdomen back. Press through the feet. As you inhale, lift the heart. And exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Thigh bones press back to engage the quadriceps and lengthen the lower back. Abdomen stays lifted as you fold more deeply. Pressing through the hands to hug the shoulders into the back body and open the chest. Have 3 more deep, long breaths. And with an inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, bend the front knee. Next inhale, flying forward, warrior 3. You can keep the hands interlaced behind your back, or you can reach them forward. Either way, pressing through both heels, lifting the abdomen, stretching the torso long. Have 1 more big breath, and exhale, fold forward, grounding the fingertips. Lift the back leg, lift from the inner thigh in the center of the heel. Press out through both heels. Inhale, lift the abdomen, and exhale, fold more deeply. Keep that balance and evenness in the pelvis. 3 more deep, long breaths. With an inhale, gaze forward and groundward, wrists under the shoulders. Rise onto the ball of the foot. Play with kicking up to handstand. A slight bend in the right knee. Lift the abdomen and press the left heel to the ceiling. 3 playful handstand kick up attempts. And then meet in a forward fold. Just introducing new possibilities, some playfulness and curiosity into the body. And then with an inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands to the heart, release them down. Hands on the hips. Step that right leg back. Take whatever variation in the arms you took on the other side, maybe keeping them on the hips, maybe interlacing them, switching out the crossing of the fingers. Maybe that's secret prayer behind the back. Wherever you're working, from the tailbone, press through the 4 corners of both feet. Inhale, lift the abdomen and lift the sternum. Exhale, thigh bones back as you begin to fold forward. Gazing at the hips and making the adjustments you need to make to be in balance. Lift the abdomen and press through the palms to roll the shoulders back. 3 more deep, long breaths. With an inhale, lift the chest parallel to the floor. Exhale, bend into the front knee. Inhale, fly forward, warrior 3. Lifting from the inner thigh in the center of the heel. Press through both heels to lift the abdomen and stretch the torso. 1 more big breath here. And exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Hands come to the floor for standing split. Continue pressing out through both heels. As you inhale, lift the abdomen. Exhale, fold more deeply. Chest acts as a lever to lift the back leg higher. 3 breaths. And then inhale, gaze forward. Ground your palms under your shoulders. Rise onto the ball of the left foot. Take a slight bend in the left knee. Keep gazing to that triangular point between your hands with your shoulders stacked over your wrists as you hop. Press the right heel to the ceiling. Have 3 playful handstand pickups. And then release into a forward fold. Let the head hang heavy. Shake it out. Sway the hips. Move in any way that feels good. Good. And once again, with an inhale, rise. Exhale, release. Whew. I hope you guys are doing okay. Remembering that you're listening to your body, pausing, taking a break, drinking water, whenever you need to. Okay, we're gonna kind of start to wind down. With an inhale, arms reach up, drop the seat. Exhale the hands to the heart, twist to the right. Left elbow comes outside the right knee. Left knee and hip draw back and widen to the left. Pressing through the palms to lift the heart to meet the hands, roll the shoulders back. Have 1 more breath. Gaze down towards the right foot. Shift the weight onto the right foot as you slowly lift the left leg and extend it back. Twisted lunge. Back thigh bone lifts and widens to the left. Lift the abdomen. Press through the palms to roll the shoulders back. Turn the gaze up towards the ceiling. Always an option to lower the back knee down here or take a bind. 3 breaths. Inhale, return to center. And exhale, ground the left hand. Turning to flip it over for side plank. So you can just scoot that right foot down and turn it out for support. You could take and stack the feet. You could come into tree pose or all the way Vastisthasana. Either way, 3 breaths. Pressing down to lift up, rolling the shoulders back to stack them for support. 1 more big breath. And exhale, release. Move through a vinyasa or come to downward facing dog. Let's actually all meet in child's pose for just a breath. Good. With an inhale, rise, hands and knees. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward, step or jump to feet to meet the hands. Exhale, fold deeply. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead, come to stand. Exhale, release the arms down by your sides. 1 more side. Inhale, arms reach up, chair pose. Exhale, the hands to the heart, twist to the left. Right elbow coming outside the left knee. Right knee and hip widening to the right and back. Press through the palms to roll the shoulders into the back body. Have 1 more big breath. Gaze down towards the left foot. Shift the weight onto the left foot and slowly extend the right leg back behind you. Coming into that twisted lunge on the left side. Back thigh bone lifts and widens to the right. Equal and opposite motion to stabilize the force of pressing into the palms, rolling the shoulders back and shifting the gaze to the left. Forget how many breaths we have. Let's have one more deep, long breath. And inhale to center. Ground the right hand inside the left foot. If you're coming into the full expression of side plank, you can take yogi toe lock around that left big toe, or take any variation, kickstanding that left foot for support, stacking the feet, tree pose, whatever variation you take, pressing down to lift up, rolling the shoulders back to stack the vertebrae. Have one more deep, long breath. And exhale, release. Feel free to move through a vinyasa to meet in down dog or child's pose. Return the awareness to the breath. Notice the quality of your breath in this moment. Notice where in the body you're still holding tension, where some things may have shifted. Observe the speed of the thoughts through the mind. And then bring the awareness back and anchor it fully on your breath. We'll come all the way forward and down onto the abdomen here. Some water. Great. Interlace your hands behind your back. Inhale, hug the legs together. Inhale, lift everything you can lift up off the ground. Exhale, extend out. Arms lift away from the back body. 3 more deep, long breaths. And exhale, release. Turn your head to one side. Gently shake out the hips to release the low back. Then we bend the knees and grab the ankles. Kick the feet into the hands. Pull the hands on the feet to lift the chest. You are welcome to stay here or exhale and roll to the right. Continuing to kick the feet into the hands to open up the shoulders. Have 3 breaths. And inhale to center. If you stayed at center, feel free to release whenever you're ready and need to. If you did so, exhale, roll to the other side. Kicking the feet into the hands, pulling the hands on the feet to open the chest. 3 breaths. And inhale to center. Exhale, release. Turn your head to the other side. Gently sway out the hips. Roll over onto your back. Bend your knees and ground your feet in close to your buttocks. Press the back of the head and the shoulders firmly into the mat. With an inhale, lift the pelvis, the low back, the middle back. You can interlace the hands behind your back or just roll the palms to face up to roll the shoulders under. Everything on the ground presses firmly down to lift the heart. From the heart, extend through the knees. From the heart, extend through the crown. 3 more deep, long breaths. And with an exhale, release. Resist the urge to draw the knees into the chest, but you can sway them from side to side if that feels good to you. We're going to do 1 more back bend. You're welcome to do the back bend we just did again, or I'll talk you through full wheel pose. If you want to do full wheel, you're gonna ground the palms by the ears, fingertips facing towards you. Either way, first we're pressing into the heels to lift the hips, rooting the tailbone down towards the knees. Then if you're coming all the way up, press down into the palms to lift up. Maybe you wanna pause on the crown of the head. Maybe you don't. Either way, taking the hands a little bit wide will help the shoulders. Pressing through the hands and feet to lift the outer hip bones. Keep rooting the tailbone towards the knees. Have 3 more deep, long breaths. And with an exhale, release. You can pause on the crown of the head if you would like. Then press down, lift the chin to the chest and lower. Again, just sway the knees from side to side. And then draw the knees into the chest. Rock forward and back to come up to seated. Ground the fingertips behind you. Lean back. Roll the shoulders back. Hug the center of the shoulder blades into the spine. Inhale, lift the shins parallel to the earth. Lift the hands. Palms face each other at the height of the shoulders. You can stay here, or you can straighten your legs. But either way, draw the shoulders back and into the back body to open the chest. 5 deep, long breaths. Good. Bring the soles of the feet together. Ground the fingertips by the hips. Open up through the top of the foot. Press down with the pelvis, and if your pelvis is tilted backwards, sit up on a blanket or something, or just work on getting a lift from the base of the spine. With an exhale, if you feel that your pelvis is not tilted backwards and that you have the proper lift to hinge at the hips, fold forward. We're gonna have 10 deep, long breaths here. Counteracting all those back bends. Forward folds are your friends. They help to take the energy down and in, which is also the opposite of anxiety, which takes the energy up and out. Breathe into those places that feel tight and sore and stuck. And as you exhale completely, release tension from the body with the breath. With an inhale, rise. Extend both legs out. Toes flexed and active. Pointing straight up. So hard, like I don't know how you can see me best. So toes flexed and active, pointing straight up. Keeping the sits bones and the thigh bones grounded down. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. If forward folds are challenging to you, you can always place the head or the chest on a chair so the body can actually feel supported and release. I highly recommend incorporating forward folds into your practice right now because they are the anti-anxiety energy. Doing it before bed is a great way to calm the mind and get ready to go to sleep. Wherever you are, have 3 more deep long breaths. And then with an inhale, rise. Bring the legs all the way together. One more time. Press the thigh bones down. Lift and lengthen through the heart and crown. Draw the heart forward toward the feet as you hinge at the hips. So we are not collapsing, but we are remaining open. And have 10 breaths here. Once you've had 10 breaths, with an inhale, rise. I'm going to ask you to stay seated and observe while I talk to you a little bit about shoulder stand. And then you can make the choice if it is the right shape for you to take today. If you don't feel like coming into an inversion right now, you can feel free to put your legs up the wall, or my absolute favorite restorative pose and way to take Shavasana is with the calves on the chair. So if you already know that that is what you would prefer, go right ahead and go there now. The reason that I keep teaching and emphasizing shoulder stand is because it is the mother of all yoga poses, specifically the most beneficial pose for the immune system because it milks the lymph glands. The main thing about doing shoulder stand is that you do not want to turn your head while you are coming into it or in it, because there's weight bearing on the neck and shoulders. If you have a neck injury, or if you've never done this before in your life, now may not be the time, since you don't have a teacher present to look at your alignment and make sure that you are staying safe. If shoulder stand is part of your practice, I still encourage you to just let me explain this to you over and over again so it is drilled into your mind and you never forget. We press the back of the head and the shoulders firmly down into the floor. The chin is lifted. The chin is neutral, but it's away from the chest. There's a space for the natural curve of the cervical spine. We press down by the hips to kick the legs overhead. And if the feet touch the floor, then you can interlace the hands and roll the shoulders under. If the feet don't touch the floor, you're still trying to find a way to roll the shoulders under so that you can bend the arms and bring the hands onto the back. We want to bring our hands down towards the floor as much as possible, which is technically up on our back because we're upside down. The more the elbows hug in, the more they're under your body and can support you. You're always welcome to stay here in a plow pose, or even bend the knees in towards the ears. And this will stretch out those muscles between the shoulder blades that we've worked on a lot today. If you want to come up all the way into shoulder stand, lift one leg at a time. Good. So I'm going to talk you through that all over again in case you were just watching. Press the back of the head and shoulders down. Do not turn your head ever when you are in or coming into this pose. Grab the mat by your hips or ground the fingertips to kick the feet up and overhead. Roll the shoulders under behind your back as much as you can. Bring the palms to the back, down close to the floor, fingertips facing up. Stay here, lifting the thigh bones. Bend the knees by the ears if you would like, or play with lifting one leg at a time. The back of the arms, shoulders, and head are your foundation. Pressing them firmly into the floor to lift up through the heels. Same alignment we were looking for in all the poses. Center of the buttocks into the midline. If you have it in you, have 10 to 20 breaths, knowing that you can release and come out whenever you need to. Making sure the chin is lifted off the chest so you can talk and breathe. With an exhale, release the feet down behind your head. You might want to have a few breaths here in plow pose, lifting the thigh bones up to lengthen the lower back, or bending the knees in by the ears, stretching out between the shoulder blades. Whenever you are ready, release the hands, roll the spine out, vertebrae by vertebrae. Damn it. When the legs are perpendicular to the floor, draw the belly button in towards the spine and slowly lower the legs all the way down to the mat. Good. You are welcome to take Shavasana now if you're feeling like, oh my God, is this woman ever gonna stop talking? Also welcome to take a fish pose to counteract the shoulder stand. If you would like to do that, you are going to rise onto your forearms, palms by the hips at the side of the body. Inhale, lift the sternum, lift the chest. Exhale, allow the head to lengthen back towards the floor. Usually you have to kind of slide the hips back so the crown of the head comes to the floor, pressing down into the forearms to lift the heart. You could stay here. You could lift the palms up, placing them together, straight above the heart. You could even lift the legs into a Navasana shape. Wherever you're working, have 5 breaths. And with an exhale, release the feet, ground the palms by your sides, lift the head, and lower it to the mat. Take the feet as wide as the hips and let them fall out. Palms face up at like a 30-degree angle from the body. Return your awareness to your breath. Allow the breath to be so deep and so long that it touches down into the bottoms of the feet and the tips of the toes. And as you exhale completely, allow any residual tension to leave the body with the breath through the fingertips. So through this practice, we are emptied out. We become lighter and lighter, more and more spacious, more and more able to be present, to respond with whatever energy is required, to be spontaneous and creative. I just set a timer for Shavasana. So we will remain here for 8 minutes. That started a little while ago. If the mind wanders, return it to the breath. The breath is a control dial on your awareness. When the mind races and has trouble calming down, bring the awareness to the exhales and consciously deepen the exhales. Lengthen the exhales. The aspect of the breath that calms and soothes and settles us. Please leave me alone for 2 minutes. Take this moment to savor stopping. Any quiet, peace, or calm that has come into the body or mind through the practice today. Begin to intentionally deepen the inhales. Wiggle the fingers and the toes. That was for me, not them. Gently sway the head. With an inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Give yourself a big stretch from fingertips to tippy toes. Exhale here. Inhale, draw the knees into the chest. And exhale, roll to the right side body. Pausing in that fetal position where we all begin and end to gather your bearings. When you are ready, press down with the palms to lift up. Come to a comfortable seated position. Return the awareness to the breath. Notice the quality of the breath after your practice. Notice where in the body you're still holding tension and where some things may have shifted. Observe the speed of the thoughts through the mind in this moment. And then bring the awareness back and anchor it fully on the breath. We will seal our collective efforts with a single Om, allowing the pelvis to ground you down. Inhale, lift and lengthen through the heart and crown. Exhale, roll the shoulders together down and into the back. Lean gently back to stack the vertebrae, aligning this internal antenna within us that connects us to all things. Inhale deeply to prepare. hands to the heart. Bow the head in gratitude for the tools of this practice that help us to observe, make adjustments to return our bodies, our minds, our lives, our communities to balance. Thank you guys so much for showing up and for watching in the future. I hope Vivian didn't drive you all too insane. And I hope you enjoyed me like snapping at her during yoga.
It made it more exciting today.
Okay, good.
Wait, Mom.
What?
My hunger has shifted.
How are you guys feeling?
My hunger has also shifted.
Everything better. Thank you.
Awesome. I know I'm starving too. Let's all go eat food.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, Vivian. Bye.